Hello, Angel. My name is Sean Everett. I'm the website analysis expert over at Zucore Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Megan. She sent your website over to me for analysis, and I won't waste another second. Let's get right into it. You have a beautiful website. It was money well spent. Once somebody gets here, they are going to enjoy clicking around and finding all of the things that you want them to see, including this beautiful gallery. But getting them here is the thing that I want to talk to you about, because getting them here is actually something that is contained within your website. It's not something outside of your website that is going to get people here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, after I look at your site, the first thing I do is I go and I look at this paid tool that I have called Ahrefs. This gives me the metrics of your site, shows me how your site has been performing over the last, say, month or so. And then the next thing I do is I go and do a regular old Google search, Kansas City, Kansas roofers. Now, the first thing you're going to see at the top of this Google search is something called the Map Pack. And these folks here have done something that, well, folks down below them have not done well, and that is fill out a Google business profile. Now, clearly, you are an expert at doing that, because here you are right at the top of the Google business profiles. And that is a great place to be. But it's sort of a precarious place, because if somebody else does a Google business profile and is either more thorough with it or has other metrics of their site better, then they can knock you out of that top spot. And that's where I need to start talking to you a little bit about how Google works. Google has an algorithm that determines the placement of absolutely everything on its website. Google is also responsible for about 96% of your traffic, all traffic in general on the internet. About 96% of it comes from Google searches. So you need to satisfy the Google algorithm in order to have a higher position on the search results. The search results are not random. It's not like you do them one day and they will be different than they are the next day. They are assigned by the Google algorithm because the Google people want their customers, their search customers, to have the most relevant results that are possible. Now, relevancy to them is different than you or me. Relevancy to them is a good website, and relevancy to you and me might be a company that perhaps has, I don't know, good work ethic and good building material. That is not the Google that we have come to know and despise. This is a Google that places all sorts of other things in the place of actual good workmanship. Now, I'm going to tell you what the things that it is looking for. And one of the things I've already told you is filling out a good Google business profile. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is content. And for that, I'm going to choose this company here. They are the very first actual roofers that I find under the Map Pack. They're called Infinity Roofing. And they say that they're from Kansas City, although I pretty much know that they are not. I believe that they are based in Denver, perhaps. But they say that they're Kansas City's first choice for a flawless, affordable roofing. Say that 10 times fast. And that is because they can say that. If you put it on a web page, it is true, according to Google. They don't do any sort of fact checking. So I'm going to refer to them as your Google business competitor, just for the sake of this analysis, because they say they're from Kansas City and you actually are. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you that Google loves content. Now, the first thing I do is copy and paste this into a word counter. You have 779 words. That's really good. Here's what they have. I'm going to do the same thing for them. Copy and paste into this other word counter. Here we go. They have 768. So you guys are neck and neck. It doesn't take much for you to stay in the lead and for them to even catch up, which would be bad. But here's the thing. Google wants 1,500 words on your homepage in order for them to consider you an actual contender to be at the top of one of their Google searches. Now, these folks got more or less to the top because nobody else had more words than they did. But that's not what Google wants. Google wants you to have 1,500 words because they figure that is the minimum amount of words necessary to teach their customers about whatever it is they're Googling about. And whether that be something academic or whether it be a company. They want your company to teach their search customers something about what it is they're searching for. So, in your case, of course, it would be roofing. But here's the thing, all words are not the same. What we're talking about at this point are keywords. Keywords are words that are already part of your industry. They are words that Google expects to be on your site because of the industry that you're in and because of the Google searches that are made to find your company. Now, it also finds a bunch of other companies. That's where all of these words come into. They collate them and they say this one appears most, this one second most, and so on and so on. Those become the keywords. Now, you have 64 keywords and Infinity has 3,800. Again, being a mathematical construct, 3,800 sort of wins the 64 race, as you can probably imagine. But here are their keywords. I'm going to show you them. A bunch of them have to do with the cities that are around them or the communities that are around them. In this case, Aurora, Colorado, Kalispell, Montana, Katy, I don't know where that is, but there are some other things here like, oh my goodness, Fort Worth. There are a lot of different places. Commercial roofing companies. There's one that doesn't have a reference to an actual place. Now, that is something that I believe you folks do also, and that is good to have on your site. I don't know if you have that on your site, but you should. Here's the thing that I want to show you the most, though. I'm going to do something as a very definite sort of example. I'm going to search for the word best on your site because I want to know if you have that you are the best roofer in Kansas City. Now, I have 3 different words bests on your site. They have the gutters are always at their best, the providing the best quality, and best in-class roofing materials. Now, what I don't see is that you are the best roofer in Kansas City. If somebody goes to Google and types in they want the best roofer in Kansas City, Kansas, your site will not necessarily come up because these keywords are, as you can see, more or less little phrases. They're actually kind of like a little sentence. And if somebody types the best roofer in Virginia or the best roofer in Fort Collins, then these folks are likely to come up because it's probably somewhere in their website. And for you, if it is not on your website, then you're not going to come up because all Google searches are word-based. Now, the next thing is that I want to show you has to do with backlinks. Backlinks are the number of sites that you appear on that have a link back to your site. So, for instance, Yelp would be one. Now, if you have a Yelp profile and you have claimed that profile and you put your website on there, that would give you a link back to your site. Now, you have 625 and they have 1,600. Now, again, they say that they are a Kansas City roofer and there is no sort of checks and balances, so that's who you're competing against. You're competing against folks that have 6,000 different backlinks. 1,600 backlinks. That was a lot more than it actually was, 6,000. No. But here are their backlinks. Wikipedia, Home Advisor, MapQuest, Expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Porch, probably Super Pages, This Old House, pages like that. Those are pages that folks actually go to find their roofers. You want any backlink that is going to be, say, listed 70 or higher. You want it to be 70s, 80s, or 90s. Now, these ratings here, this domain rating is done as a result of Google understanding that sites that a lot of people go to probably means they're important. So the more people that go to a site, the higher their rating. You have a domain rating on your site currently of 6. Now, these other big companies have 91. Angie's List, I know, has 91, and I don't see it here. So that's an opportunity for you to get in the 90s. Angie's List is paid, so I'm not urging you to do that by any stretch. There are other ways to get on. I'm certain that Home Advisor is just a question of filling out a profile, perhaps. I don't know. But you want to get on these highly rated sites. Now, here is the monetary value of all that. 64 keywords and 625 backlinks have given you a traffic, meaning the visitors you had was 10 last month, and that is down 17 from the month before. Apparently, you had 27 visitors a month before as the result of a Google search. Now, this is what your competitor had. 6,600. And this company does a lot of different research in a lot of different areas, and they figure that your 10 folks, the folks who came to visit you, was worth about $15 to you. Now, for Infinity, that same number of visitors here at 6.6 was worth $63,700. That is money that they are getting because they are first on the list of a Google search. Now, I don't know where you are listed in this specifically. I'm going to search down until I see if I can see you, but I want you to bear in mind your own actual Google searches. How far down, there you are, how far down do you go before you give up and say, you know what, I'm probably good from here on up? You know, the research shows that people don't go much below related searches. Look at your own search next time. See how far you go down. Do you go past related searches? And if you don't, then you'll understand exactly why you're not getting the sufficient traffic you should be for your beautiful site. It is underperforming. So, that being the case, I've now told you what the Google algorithm is looking for. It's looking for the filling out of the map pack, which you've already done, good keywords, and good backlinks. Those are things that we can help you with. Now, if you would rather spend your time roofing than digging around in the belly of your website with all of this stuff, then by all means give Megan a call. She would be happy to guide you through the next steps. Either way, I hope I've been helpful to you and will give you a better website that it becomes more valuable to you. Thank you for watching, and you have a great rest of your day.